Раз, проверим звук. Отлично, звук есть. Всем добрый вечер. С вами Алексей. И это мой канал по видеоиграм. Сегодня у нас стрим по Genshin Impact. Проходим Фонтейн. Продолжаем проходить, по крайней мере. Вот. Сюжетную кампанию основную, которая вот миссия «Словно легкий дождь без причины». Том 4, глава 2. И это ваше расследование не принесло особых результатов, но в оперном театре перед судом предстал новый подозреваемый. Вы и Нави должны разделиться и сделать все возможное, чтобы узнать правду. Да, тогда еще Тарталию эту оправдали, но потом вдруг обратно обвинили. Поэтому будем смотреть дальше за сюжетом, посмотрим вообще, что произойдет и так далее. Да, сейчас единственное, что заберем все наградки, которые тут выдают. 4 уровень БП. Эту миссию я почему не прохожу. О, осталось 6 дней. О, ништяк, завтра мне дадут 5 этих. Надо будет зайти завтра в игру и получить 5 кристаллов. Да, это я все пройду постепенно. Здесь вроде почта, даже почта пришла. Ну-ка, что в почте? У меня есть план. Это какой Синцю мне написал письмо. Недавно я увидел, как агент Фатуи вымогал деньги у торговца и подошел его остановить. Не думал, что, получив от меня мечом совсем недавно, он сегодня вдруг снова появится и будет грозиться вызывать меня на дуэль. Совершенно ясно, что приглашение от этого человека с таким гнусным намерением – это ловушка. Но если я открыто откажусь, боюсь, что в будущем он станет еще более высокомерным и властным. Поразмыслив, я придумал план. Я открыто принимаю приглашение и размещаю в укрытии воина, который будет собирать доказательства. Как только наступит подходящий момент, мой союзник выскочит, и вместе мы мигом одолеем этого негодяя вместе с его поддельниками. Что касается чудесного воина, который я имею в виду, то им можешь стать ты. У тебя необыкновенная способность и рыцарское сердце. Вознаграждение и трапеза уже давно готовы, ждут твоего ответа. И тут мне дают улучшение персонажа, оружие и еда. Ну, все получаем. И... Ой, не надо мне это. Ладно. Здесь ничего полезного. Еще из моментов. Я тут Люэ зачищал, поэтому мне нужно сначала сходить к Арханту Аннема, чтобы силу обратно вернуть. Ибо чтобы защищать Люэ, там же нужно некоторые бочки активировать. Поэтому я переключаюсь. Ой. Так, резонируется Аннема. Оп. Все, вернули свою силу. Теперь включаем эту миссию. Да. И сюда телепортируем. Я могу сюда вот. Здесь есть это. Здесь есть телепорт недалеко. Бежим. Покиньте оперный театр. Да я как бы уже. Кстати, нелогично. Вот серьезно, я типа там потусил. Ушел там ежедневки выполнять и так далее. А потом миссия покиньте оперный театр. Ну, войдите. Давай нужно зайти, видимо. И здесь кого-то должен встретить, да? Да. С кем будем общаться? Ну вот якобы эта миссия продолжается, я выхожу.
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
Схватите его. Ты один, почему ты его один ведешь?
Traveler! Hey, traveler!
Что тебе надо от меня?
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the list.
No, wait! I just want to ask the traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
О, вышел, смотри-ка.
Thank you.
Говори уже, хватит благодарить.
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache?
Около фонтана.
I erased all records of that name. So, unless...
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Да, я встретил ее.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
Это было около фонтана Люсин. Это как-то связано с моей чувствительностью к элементу гидро.
The fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to me all along. And I just never... Please give me a chance to talk to her again. Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time. This is the last request I'll ever make in my life. You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Так свяжи его.
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs?
Ты что, робот, что ли, такие рассуждения вести?
Very well. I will grant your request.
Ну, странное решение для...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Окей. Что мы делаем? Мы идем куда? Когда все возвращается в воду, приведите Марселя на площадь с фонтаном. Ну, пошли. Тут не особо далеко. Открывай. Оп. Так, я рядом. Давай. А что он хочет? Побулькать там своими лицом в этом фонтане? Тогда я выпил воду первозданного моря. Это усилило мою чувствительность к элементу гидра.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well?
А, в таком случае сейчас, да, должен слышать ее. Иди, разговаривай. О.
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Vignier, it's me, Vache.
Vache? Vache.
I'm here. Where are you, Vignier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful! Hey, wait!
А почему его никто не держит? Он же заключенный. И что произошло? А, точно, там же какой-то потусторонний мир.
Vache, why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
Видимо, очень давно.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Хо-хо-хо.
What are you
Вот
saying?
это поворот.
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day.
А ты ее взял и
If
растворил.
not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Ой, да я угадаю, она сейчас превратится в Акиниду и отлупит его.
Wait, you are not Venier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Venier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals, but we became one.
Сейчас она, походу, его за собой утащит.
Of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Venier.
Why? But then, where is Venier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
Ну да, ты ж не подумал об этом.
You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Venier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Venier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Похоже, что тогда я встретил не Минье. Наверное, не с самого начала хотели, чтобы я привел Марселя сюда.
No, Venier. She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
А ты дал им смиловаться, когда их растворял?
When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Venier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Хо-хо-хо-хо-хо, что-то сейчас будет. Ну, фильм ужасов такой. Хо-хо-хо-хо-хо. И все. И, скорее всего, он рассудком помутился. Позже жандарм обнаружил, что Марсель виновник в деле об исчезновении девушек. И быстро что-то там. Так, мы куда-то идем.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Хождение по магазинам тот еще отдых. У меня ноги сводит. Это точно.
Well met, partner. I knew something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood today.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia! It's been a few days. Paimon's already started to miss you.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen.
Типа дела в гору пошли, все
Everyone
дела.
from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago.
Все сложилось как нельзя лучше.
Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Ну, естественно, она же
She
репортер.
told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wishes finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to.
О,
We
дадут
trust
статью
Charlotte's
почитать.
skills with a pen for sure.
Я бы хотел.
Oh,
Любопытно, что он там
and in other
понапишет.
news, I also took Clarande out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clarande gave testimony on my father's behalf.
О, интересно, ее
It was
потом можно
thanks to
будет
her that we were able
выбить
to
все?
turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time. So we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarande wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
И
What
что?
is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day.
Будет любопытно, если он там живой
That
где-то.
includes me, too.
Она типа пришла на могилу, он такой, hello,
Indeed.
можно мне с тобой?
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Да. Так. Сейчас нам нужно... А, мы уже
This is where
типа
my
прибыли.
father's grave is.
Понял, я думал, надо было перемещаться.
To be perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be.
Кто это? Кто там?
Isn't that
Показывай.
Neuvillette?
А,
Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
неловкое
My
молчание.
apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown. But still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Neuvillette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice, anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, It's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epicles indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as
Все
well.
помирились. И
Let's not
мы
disturb them for now. We can
счастливы.
wait till after they're done.
Да, пора сваливать, а то они там это. Вы отдаете дань уважения Калусу вслед за Нави и Невилетом. До утра, видимо, проторчали там, да?
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Ну, обычно не принято летать вокруг могилы.
Oh, Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly. Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too mad.
Надо же, она восприняла это серьезно.
Anyway, Neuvillette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
Да, погнали. Итак, нам нужно поговорить с Невилетом. Где он там? А, вон он стоит. Одинокий, одиночка. Hello.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
Mm-hmm. We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
Ну давай. Так, расскажи о воде первозданного моря. Расскажи о пророчестве, которое распространено в Фонтейне. Расскажи о Чайлде. Расскажи о моей сестре. Расскажи о моей сестре.
Your sibling? Another blonde-haired traveler? I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description.
Не помнит.
If she ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure she followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage
Ну,
of the
собственно
opera
говоря, мы
Eclipse.
тоже законы как бы не
Is
трогаем.
there
Пришли на нас,
anything else
наехали
you'd like to
сразу.
ask me about?
Конечно, я все спрошу. Так, расскажи о воде первозданного моря.
So, at court, the bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea. But what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Huh. So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
But today, the primordial sea
вода.
no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neuvillette. But if that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of water?
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead? To be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. There must still be some unknown secrets around the people of this land. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Видимо, да. Расскажи о пророчестве, которое распространено в Фонтейне.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good. Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
That's right! It was Lenny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Two parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Можно ли доверять? Что, не хочешь еще спросить? Ладно, расскажи о Чалде.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
Huh? But you also said you thought he was innocent.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Huh. So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Да нет, я уже все спросил. Не, у меня больше нет вопросов.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed conversing with you. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memornia.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off. and so justice must work around the clock as well.
Так наймите
This is
еще одного
merely the
судью,
nature
будет
of
два,
a justice's
два
work.
графика. И нормально.
Alright,
Один работает,
you've got
один
a
отдыхает.
point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Какой красивый восход. Глава 4. Ой, глава 2. Завершение главы. Все, завершена.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
Да сейчас пойдем, подожди. Тут есть он. Это вот новая миссия, глава 4. Ой, том 4, глава 3. Возвращайтесь на базу Спина де Расула в Кур-де-Фонтейне. Дело об исчезновении девушек благополучно разрешилось, и вы решаете немного отдохнуть. Но что-то назревает во тьме. Что же это? Подожди, а что там? Я могу что-то... Вы еще не открыли концов. Я, конечно, не открыл. Тут еще вон куча всего. Всю жизнь буду выполнять эту штуку. Поручение. О! Неплохо. Надо будет сходить к этому. Здесь еще шарик. Вообще красота. Так. Что в итоге? У меня есть много шариков. Получите награду 4 раза. Можно для начала сходить, чтобы не забыть потом. Вот где... А где, кстати, гильдия? Вот она, да? Гильдию искателей приключений, чтобы получить награды. Мы просто проходили мимо. А можно мне... Ой, я случайно зашел и типа получил. Мне нужны награды. 20 кристаллов, это хорошо. Экспедиции. Подожди. Забираем, забираем, забираем. Теперь Манштадт. Все дружно отправляется. Все, отлично. Итак. Миссия. Что это? Ну. Фонтейн новая. Так я в курсе. Давно же было. Так. Отслеживаем. Да, нам сюда погнали. Начнем эту миссию. А, это подвал. Эх ты ж, чуть не грохнулся. Нам где-то, да, комнату обещали. Отдыхать будем.
Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything. Even without Silver standing guard, we can just completely relax. Why don't we stay and rest up here for a while? Even machines in Fontaine need to stop and recharge now and then.
Если хочется отдохнуть, лучше выбрать место с красивым видом.
Oh, come on! This place isn't that bad. Besides, how often do we get to stay in an actual base?
Пайман, говори правду.
Oh, fine, fine.
Там пожрать тебя положили, да?
Remember that detective story Paimon read before? Well, the author is about to release a new book, so Paimon wanted to buy it as soon as it came out and have a quiet place to read it.
Давай так и сделаем. Только на этот раз не рассказывай мне, чем все закончится.
Then it's agreed. Come on, let's get some sleep. We'll need to be up first thing in the morning to get in line and buy a copy.
Книжку просто захотелось почитать. Смотри, какое стремление, а. Вы с Паймон какое-то время отдыхаете на базе Спина де Расула Кур-де-Фонтейн, да?
Paimon didn't expect that style at all. Even though it's a detective novel, it's also like a social documentary.
Ты только сейчас
It's actually
дочитала?
pretty good.
Ты только сейчас дочитала? Паймон, ты так медленно читаешь?
No, Paimon just spends a bit more time sleeping than you.
excuse me, but do you know if the Traveler and Paimon are lodging here?
А кто спрашивает?
Huh? Who are you? Paimon doesn't recall seeing you before. Wait, you're not here to give us trouble, are you?
A blonde traveler and a chatty little fairy. Whew, looks like I found the place. Good thing I asked the Spina di
Какой-то у неё
Rosilla.
взгляд
Seems they sent me the right
грустный.
way.
Hey, what do you mean by chatty? Paimon's always careful not to talk too much. Most of the time, anyway.
It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Nourillet wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
Nouvelette? He wants to see us again already? Huh. We talked so much the last time we met. Has something happened since then?
I am not privy to the details. It would be best if you came to the Palais Mermonia and asked Monsieur Nourillet in person.
If you say so, but Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
Now that I've delivered the message, I'll take my leave.
А ты поэтому такая грустная была?
We haven't left the room for a few days, so we'll head
Тебя
over once
заставили
we've
по
freshened
канализации
up a bit.
шарахаться. Так, я так понимаю, том 4, глава 3. Сияние звезд в глубине. Поговорите с Нивелеттом. Ну, неплохо, что я так понимаю, сейчас мы будем расследовать этого Тарталии. Книжечка. Книжечка и капуста. Неплохо. Так, куда мне нужно? А я могу туда прям переместиться? О, могу. Неплохо, это вообще прям хорошо. Не надо шарахаться. Открываем. Идем общаться с этим, с судьей главным. У нас свои связи, так сказать. Если что, он нас отмажет. А почему дверь не открывается? Ой, понапридумал. Вот нахрена там дверь? Они же в одно место ведут. Я просто уверен. Ну-ка, подожди. Ты... А нет, не в одно, там другое. Ладно, аргумент. Hello, Нивелет.
We're here! Did you want to see us about something?
Чё недовольный какой-то?
Huh? Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next... Well,
ну, все уже, раз начал, давай, рассказывай.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not. The situation is this.
Чуть раньше во дворце Мермония.
It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I heard that she was originally from Fontaine, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right? It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far
Блин,
as
он
to say
явно
that our
шарит больше,
nations
чем
are
этот Архонт.
friends, as you did in your example.
За политику и за все остальное.
It was just an
А она
analogy.
избалованная девка.
An analogy, okay?
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed with time.
Ну, то есть ты делаешь как
Besides,
хочешь.
you'll be at the meeting.
И нахрен
If
спрашивал
any
ты вообще.
problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro Archon of Fontaine, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many.
Ну, смотри, аж
So
свет
I only
нарисовали
hope
над
that
головой.
justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
Явно что-то скрывает, короче. Передавил слегка, передавил, надо было чуть меньше. Итак, встреча Фурины со слугой все же состоялась. Да.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina?
Ух ты! Арлекина, слуга номер 4 из предвестников Фатуи. Ха-ха-ха, интересно.
Lady Farina?
Yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered
Блин, какие у нее
eunuchs to
кайфовые
me.
глаза, на самом деле.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontaine, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand.
А,
The
кстати,
children
она
of the House
помнила
of the
все
Hearth are
равно.
often misunderstood. Perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontaine has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
А он сразу к делу.
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Iudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontaine, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontaine and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your
Да,
request.
вообще непонятно, приговор на основе
An
чего вы
outright
вынесли?
refusal.
На основе машины?
Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the fortress of Meripede to see Child and confirm his condition. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
About that.
Так, а у нее какая огненная стихия
The
получается?
fortress of
Да,
Meripede has
огонь.
always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However,
Крепость это
if you
какая-то тюрьма,
absolutely
да?
must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
Что за предложение? И вот сейчас, видимо, он нам расскажет, что за предложение.
Well, Lenny did say that Father will be returning soon. We didn't even know that Lenny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Нивелет, будь осторожен, слуга непростой противник.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the situation.
Ну, а он ж умный
I
мужик,
also
ё-моё.
notice that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the Knave.
Could the Knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the Knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at times, she's
Точно
still
ли
an
она
Archon.
Архонт? Пока не
In
похоже.
reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the fortress of Meripede, Child recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances.
Исчез. Он что, сбежал?
The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the fortress of Meripede. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Child's disappearance. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child, and it is my duty to see justice done.
So this is what you wanted to see us about before.
Yes. I would like you to go to the fortress of Meripede and investigate
О, мы
Child's
побываем в
disappearance.
крепости, неплохо.
This was my proposal during our meeting with the Knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Child's situation and report back to her in detail. The Knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Но почему ты хочешь, чтобы туда отправились именно мы? Не будет ли лучше выбрать кого-то из официальных лиц Фонтейна?
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the fortress of Meripede.
Необычно? В
Isn't it
каком
just
смысле?
Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include
А
exile,
изгоняют, видимо,
just
в
as
эту крепость,
before.
да?
The fortress of
Понятно.
Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles.
Местное гетто,
All we
короче.
do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your
Как
detention.
заключенных.
This will save us a
Спектакль
lot of
будем играть.
unnecessary trouble.
Все вокруг
Are you
спектакля.
two willing to accept my proposal?
Да, ты попал в щекотливое положение. Ну и Child, наш друг.
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. All right, we hereby accept this difficult task. instantly.
You too
Что,
have my
погнали?
sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontaine's current situation. Also, I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret. We
Ладно.
will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meropede's entrance on Erenius once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real. On second thought, is it too late to back out?
То есть ты даже не подумала, что мы будем сидеть в тюрьме? Мы уже согласились, Пайман. Придется смириться.
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Неплохо, будет награда.
Like it. Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find. We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. You're a treat.
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
Ты подожди, да блин, его никто не попробовал. Почему мы его должны хомячить? Ну ладно. Отправились в кафе Люцерна. Что это? А, это вот сюда. Если я вот сюда портнусь, я смогу долететь по-быстрому? Да, оно снизу, неплохо. Так, hello, кафешечка, кафешечка. 2 кофе, пожалуйста.
And that? Oh, and one of those two? Ooh, and no Fanta, thank you.
Ты столько всего заказала? Ты ведь только что съела пирог, который подарил нам Невилет.
That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we were about to go to prison, Paimon's stomach suddenly became completely empty.
Обжирается, как в последний раз.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontaine. Just to avoid breaking any strange
А
laws
чё стол-то
here.
пустой? Мы же вроде заказывали что-то.
Here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the fortress of Meropede. Maybe this is what they call fate. Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
О, что это? За нами следят.
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the taste of a
А,
drinking
вот
story?
что репортера упоминали. Вот и она появилась.
Hear a taste. And what are you doing here, Charlotte?
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up.
Так, а он
Calm
не
down,
пришел.
calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
Ты бы хоть вслух это не говорила.
You know we can still
Вот именно.
hear you, Charlotte.
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Meropede. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neverlet told us to keep it a secret!
Мы должны отбыть наказание и искупить вину за публичную огласку концовки детективного романа.
Huh? You're being arrested for that?
Спойлеры.
But now that I
Важно.
think about it,
Очень.
I suppose that's
Наказание
not completely
сильное за
unreasonable.
это.
That's pretty despicable. Almost as offensive as committing theft.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious?
Пайман, я же говорил. А ты думала, это пустяки?
Sorry, Paimon really messed up.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing.
Да, давай.
All right, there's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Meropede, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
Репортажи.
About that, Paimon doesn't think
Что
we'll
там за
have
музыка
any
такая играет?
time.
Oh, it's nothing difficult. difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face to face with the warden of the fortress. He was
Зачем?
awarded the honorary
Зачем
title
нам
of Duke
общаться с такими
Infante.
людьми?
Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare. On top of that, the fortress of Meripede has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me, knows anything about the person in charge there. Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Of course, I wouldn't ask you to do it for free. So this meal is on me.
Только за ужин?
Alright, you got a deal. We'll do anything.
А ты быстро сдалась, можно было больше денег с нее
Then it's
выудить.
settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Там же мелкий проглот. Наевшись до отвала, вы собираетесь в крепость Меропита.
Oh, I'm so full.
Так, да,
Guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going.
да. На этом я буду заканчивать.
Paimon just said something really ominous, didn't she?
Да-да-да, мрачно, все правильно. Да, на этом буду заканчивать. На сегодня все. Кстати, нет, еще не все. Можно вот, у меня есть несколько круток, можно попробовать покрутить. Посмотрим, что выйдет из этого. Даже еще 2 этих докупить. Не хватает всего 3, ну да ладно. Нивелет мне понравился, поэтому можно его попробовать крутануть. Ну что, 10 раз. Как раз хватает. На 10, даже на 11. Погнали. И это фиолетовый, да? Отстой. Ну, посмотрим, что. Блуждающий. Еще раз. Лук ворона. Клятва стрелка. Предвестник зари. Изумрудный шар. Опа! А это у нас Диона. Меч драконьей крови. Руководство по магии. Изумрудный шар. И в итоге выпала только Диона. Дубликат причем. Отстой. Да, но у меня есть еще возможность докупиться. Это ладно, это потом я крутить буду. Там не накопилось еще. Еще 2 крутки. Попробуем. А вдруг повезет. Так, здесь не повезло. И здесь не повезло. Увы. Ну да ладно. Там мне завтра как раз круток еще выдадут. Нормально будет. Вот мне выпала... Где это? Диона. Это 2-го уровня. И она у меня уже получается 1. Так, C0, C1, C2, C3. Оп, еще стаканчик. Увеличит уровень навыка авторский коктейль на 3. Неплохо. Да. Вот. Все, тогда на сегодня все. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Завтра стрима не будет. Следующий стрим будет послезавтра по Fortnite. Вот. Вообще расписание стримов есть в моей группе ВКонтакте, Телеграм-канале, либо на Дискорд сервере. Кстати, тут говорили, что в Дискорде была бракованная ссылочка. Я ее поправил. Должно вот сейчас все работать. Вот. А если не работает, пишите в комментариях. Поправим. Вот. Так что подписывайтесь на соцсети, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, если есть что сказать. И до новых встреч. Всем пока-пока.